This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE has shown a significant improvement in its innovation standing, according to results of the latest Global Innovation Index, which was officially launched at the European headquarters of the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland. According to Emirates news agency WAM, the country has ranked first among Arab countries and 41st worldwide in the Global Innovation Index, up from second in the Arab world and 47th globally last year. The improvement was attributed to achievements such as strengthening institutions and market sophistication, as well as development in information technology, communications, and infrastructure. The index measured the performance of 128 countries in terms of innovation and is based on 82 sub-indices. The UAE ranked first globally in the cost of redundancy dismissal, ease of paying taxes, and the state of cluster development. In terms of market sophistication, the rankings for the UAE in investment went up to 55 from 105 last year. The report also noted that patent in the country went up from a rank of 93 to 68. Gross expenditure on research and development increased from score of 63 to 48, and knowledge workers have increased from a rank of 57 to 25, increasing the overall innovation input contribution of the UAE. Commenting on the results, the Minister of Economy, His Excellency Sultan al-Mansouri, stated that while many countries are cutting spending on research and development, the UAE is still putting major efforts towards innovation. The minister estimated the percentage of contribution of knowledge and innovation to the gross domestic product at about 3%, which he said was one of the highest rates worldwide. The Dhabi Foundation for Women and Children, DFWAC, has received 30 victims of child abuse under the age of 18 during the first half of this year, according to the Director General of the foundation. The foundation officials were quoted in the official news agency WAM as saying that out of those cases, 16 were subsequently sheltered in DFWAC, while the rest received full care and rehabilitation services. While stating that all child abuse cases at the foundation are subjected to accurate screening to determine all their needs, it was mentioned that this process allows them to develop an appropriate rehabilitation plan for each of them. It was also highlighted that the number of victims of child abuse, which the foundation received during the first half of this year, decreased by about 33% compared to the same period last year. The Director General of the foundation was quoted as saying that child abuse levels in the UAE are among the lowest in the world compared to many other countries, and they aim to further strengthen their performance in this area, especially after the application of various laws to protect children's rights. The FWAC offers all its services free of charge to all victims of violence, ranging from providing shelter, care and rehabilitation services, as well as legal and educational services. Emirates Red Crescent has launched its annual sacrificial animal campaign with the aim of distributing sacrificial meat donations to nearly 370,000 poor people around the world this year. ERC officials were quoted in a newspaper as saying that as part of their Eid al-Adha campaign this year, they intend to raise an estimated 12 million dirhams worth of funds for the nationwide project, which is expected to benefit over 298,600 beneficiaries abroad and nearly 70,100 beneficiaries in the UAE. The project will see the slaughter and distribution of 28,305 sacrificial animals locally, and abroad it is expected to cover the needs of 228,500 people in 60 countries around the world. It was mentioned that a total of 14,020 sacrificial animals will be slaughtered and distributed within the state, while 14,285 animals abroad. The charity also revealed that out of the 12 million dirhams raised for the effort, 7 million dirhams will be used in the UAE and 5 million dirhams for usage abroad. ERC officials also noted that owing to crises and clashes in many countries in the region, they witnessed a 20% increase in the number of beneficiaries this year. 29 people were run over and killed on Dubai's roads in the first 6 months of this year, up from 18 for the same period last year. According to local reports, the number of incidents involving people being run over in the first 6 months of this year rose to 191 from 172 for the same period last year. Police recorded 19 cases of children who were injured after being run over in 2016. 11 of them were between 1 and 8 years old, while the rest were between 9 and 17. From January to June last year, 21 children were run over and 1 died. Quoted in the report, Brigadier Saif Al-Mazroui, the director of the General Department of Traffic, stressed the importance of being very careful when driving or pulling out of parking spots, especially in crowded areas, adding that the department is continuously launching awareness campaigns, but the parents are still the first line of defense when it comes to their children, and they must always educate them and make sure they are out of harm's way. The Roads and Transport Authority has announced that candidates hoping to acquire a taxi driver's permit will have to undergo English language, psychological, and behavioral assessments. The RTA has signed an agreement with the British Council to conduct the tests, which are a prerequisite for obtaining professional permits. The changes introduced to the taxi driver requirement system require applicants to have basic knowledge of English and take 5 psychological and behavioral tests with RTA officials, stating that the new regime is part of the agency's strategy to forge new partnerships to serve its objectives of meeting world-class standards in the public transportation sector. Officials from the RTA added that the new standards will contribute to realizing RTA's objective of reducing customer complaints from taxi drivers to 1% per 100,000 kilometers, with the RTA managing to reduce it from 2.7% in the past to 1.4% per 100,000 kilometers right now. The agreement signed with the British Council is a second set of tests for potential taxi drivers, in addition to existing tests run by Emirates. The Abu Dhabi City Municipality has issued 264 warning notices to vehicle owners who abandon their vehicles on public car parks and open spaces for a long time without cleaning them. The notices were issued during a campaign launched by the Abu Dhabi City Municipality with the aim of raising awareness among the public on the importance of cleaning their cars and not leaving them in isolated places unattended for a very long period of time. The municipality was quoted in a newspaper saying that abandoned and uncleaned cars at public places tend to distort the civilized image of the city, while also affecting the safety and security of the public. It was mentioned that a warning notice will be pasted on the windshield of those abandoned vehicles for 3 days, after which the supervisor will notify the car's towing company to take the cars away. The violators will also be issued tickets after the expiry of the 3-day warning period. The campaign also included crackdown on people who clean and wash motor vehicles on the streets without having a permit. And finally, in the bulletin, 170 students from the UAE and across the region were recently awarded the Ghurair STEM Scholars Program, an initiative by Abdullah Ghurair Foundation for Education. The selection of the scholars involved a highly competitive online application process in which students were expected to write essays to showcase their determination to succeed and their commitment to giving back to the region, as well as providing evidence of their academic performance and financial need. After screening a total of 14,500 applications, the foundation conducted interviews with a short list of candidates before selecting the first cohort of Ghurair STEM scholars. Starting from fall 2016, the students will be attending one of the foundation's 4 partner universities: American University in Cairo, AUC, American University of Sharjah, AUS, American University of Beirut, AUB, and Khalifa University. They will be pursuing high-quality degrees in a range of programs that are in demand in the region, including engineering, health sciences, computer science, physics, chemistry, and math. The scholarship will offer either full or partial support towards tuition and other university expenses, depending on the student's financial need. Additionally, officials from the foundation announced that the next round of applications for the 2017-2018 Ghurair STEM Scholars Program will begin later in the fall. The foundation has invested $1.1 billion, which equals 4.2 billion dirhams, into the foundation, and has pledged to reach 15,000 promising Arab youth pursuing STEM education over the next 10 years.
I heard about it from the university because it offers help to students who have financial need to be able to study at top universities. So it rewards academic excellence and achievements. So all students who want to pursue higher education, but who are excellent students who want to pursue higher education can apply to Ghurair scholarship to be able to pursue their dreams without any worries. The program that I chose is electrical engineering. I chose it because of my love for technology and because I want to contribute to the Arab world. I want to be able to create new technologies that are at the forefront of tech industry, and I want the Arabs to be at the forefront of the tech industry. So that's why I want to pursue electrical engineering.
I applied to this program because the foundation provides an opportunity, an amazing opportunity, so that we can continue our higher education and we can give back to our community. To be honest, actually the application process was a little bit long. It took for me like 3 to 4 weeks to prepare for it because they asked everything, every details. They want to know your achievements personally and academically. I hold a bachelor's degree in nuclear engineering from University of Sharjah, and I'm now continuing my master's degree in mechanical engineering. I worked really hard for this scholarship, and during my studies also I presented a scientific paper in Washington, D.C. in the American Nuclear Society conference last year. So I advise the people who are going to apply to the foundation to work hard, and it's important for sure. It's really important to get a high grades and high marks, but it's also important for them to get involved in the social work and in the community, because they should have the potential to get the scholarship and the passion of giving back to their community.